Good morning. My name is Tami Wallace, and I'm a neonatal nurse practitioner. I'm here to represent the National Association of Neonatal Nurse Practitioners and to talk about our NNP workforce survey, our findings, our challenges, and our plans for the future. We'd like to thank Icaria for generously supporting this survey and the work of the nurse practitioner. Several years ago, NANNP recognized that we were seeing signs of a challenged workforce and realized that we knew very little about our workforce and about nurse practitioners in general. Funds were obtained, a survey was created. We recruited nurse practitioners through the NCC, our certification corporation, and through NANNP to complete a survey about the nurse practitioner workforce. This represents just a small fraction of the data that we learned from that. We were successful in interviewing slightly more than 1,300 nurse practitioners, about 20 to 25% of our workforce. So what do we know about the nurse practitioners of today? Certainly the majority of us are female. I don't think that surprises anyone. The average age is 49, and we have 14 years experience on average. 81% of us have a master's degree. The majority of us spend our time in clinical work. Only about just short of half of nurse practitioners are members of NANNP. When we did the survey, a larger percentage of people answered that we're in the South, with only about 12% of our responses coming from the Northeast. The average nurse practitioner covered at least 2 sites. There were about 14 nurse practitioners per practice. The majority of us worked full-time or more than full-time. And 74% of us helped staff level 3 NICUs, about 1/3 service level 2 and level 4s. It's interesting that when we looked at actual work, the majority of nurse practitioners were satisfied with their careers, but those working in level 4 NICUs were less satisfied. And in fact, they were more likely to report that they were understaffed, that they had greater than ideal patient assignments, and that they were more likely to work more than their assigned hours. So we've documented a nurse practitioner shortage in actually now multiple ways. By the last estimate, there were 4.8 openings for every NNP graduate. This is before what we expect to have in the next few years, which is a retire off. Because of our age and because of the age of the role, it's predicted that 7% of the current nurse practitioners in the nation will retire within the next 5 to 15 years. We already are seeing nurse practitioner positions being filled by other providers. The positions are being filled by physician's assistants, by hospitalists, and for the first time in the last year, we've seen neonatologists filling our roles. Getting nurse practitioners in and out of school is still a struggle. There are about 30 active NNP academic programs at any given time. They come and go. The number of new grads has been static for almost 10 years. And the average age of a nurse practitioner or of a nurse going into nurse practitioner training is about 26 years old. We've taken this information, and NANNP has established a task force to examine the issues of recruitment and retention to try and work on the shortage. A comprehensive plan for recruitment and support has been created. We've been working on this in 2015. The goal is to go ahead and work on retention in 2016. Our current plans and our current activities include working to improve our social media presence and penetration, educating people about the role of the nurse practitioner and the importance of the role of the nurse practitioner. We've updated the list of neonatal nurse practitioner programs in the United States. We've provided a link, and hopefully a developmental pathway is in progress to guide people to become nurse practitioners. We've recreated a recruitment video that discusses the nurse practitioner role and what we do and why it is such a wonderful career. This is available on YouTube. You're welcome to use it in your efforts to recruit nurse practitioners. The National Association of Neonatal Nurse Practitioners would like to ask for your help. Please consider picking a nurse that you think would be a skilled NNP. Talk to that individual, encourage that individual. Support the role of the nurse practitioner in your state laws and rules, in your institution. Take a look at how you recruit nurse practitioners. Is the role recognized, and are they appropriately compensated? Support the education of nurse practitioners. RNs becoming nurse practitioners are, by definition, a non-traditional student. They have to practice for a period of time before they become a nurse practitioner. So, does your practice or institution provide scholarships, tuition assistance, reimbursement, loan repayment? Do you have the time to partner with the program? We'd like to thank you for allowing us this opportunity, for your time, for your effort, and the support that you've always provided us.